Hi everybody, it's Missy from Creative Blessings, and apparently if I lean on the table it's going to shake. So I want to share a couple of things with you today. I recently shared an ornament that I made on a site, and people have asked me for directions. So here's the ornament that I shared. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and the dies are actually on our pre-order for a new catalog coming out. This is a new catalog, and I apologize for the pain on my hands, guys. I've been painting all morning. But I'm taking a break to kind of show you this. So this is the ornament that I created, and it's actually cased from an ornament from a couple of years ago that somebody did. So I'm going to go over real quickly what I did. And if you love Stampin' Up! Products and don't currently have a demonstrator you're working with, please contact me. I'd love to get you the new catalog and get you involved in creating. So with that said, we're going to move on. Okay, so I can't show you in the book what parts I used, but I used 2 new dies from the catalog. And actually, the one die is actually from a snow globe scenes that's coming out. So I used the church and the building in the behind. So I used those 2. I can show you the dies. And then the other die I used was from a new set coming out, and it's called Beautiful Boughs. And it's actually a pine bough. So I used that. And then the other things that I used to create this were, we'll kind of go through this real quickly, in the annual catalog. So I used the vellum paper. So I used this vellum paper. It's just a yellow from the Perennial Essence pack. I used the ribbon from Metallic Edge Ribbon. I used these foam adhesive strips to give the dimension to the ornament. And I used the layering circles, and I also used the stitch circles, or the stitch, yeah, it's a stitch circle. So I used those to create this. So here we're going to go. I already have everything die cut. Once you have your dies, here's what you need. And you're going to ask, layering circle, largest circle. You're going to cut 2 of those. And one question that's already come up, do I use heavy whisper white? I use whatever's in my scrap bin, guys. These ornaments are really made for my scrap bin. So scraps of paper that I have left over from other projects, this is where I use them. So 2 circles from the layering circle. I have the next size circle, and I have the stitched edged circle. And I washi tape them together and I run them together. And what I get is I get this piece, and you're going to get the circle out of the middle, which, yes, I will use in another project. So here's my piece, okay? So you've got those 3 pieces so far. And then the other things that I'm going to use is the tree die from the snow globe. I just threw the snow globe piece out here. So I used this tree. I cut 2 of those out of scrap, either foil or glitter paper. That's just what I prefer. And then I cut 1 of each of these out of foil or out of whatever. So what I'm using today, and you need 2 out of these out of either foil or glitter paper. You choose. And like I said, I'm going through my scrap bin. So I may or may not have retired paper. I'm not sure. But I've got a silver and an iced that I've cut out. Somewhere I think I lost pieces. I've got 2 of these out of gold. And in order to get the reverse image, I cut on the back side. Okay? And then I've got the church. And tell me, up here's the other piece. And the other piece that comes out of that is this building. And as you can see, only the 2 outer windows cut. Kind of embosses the rest, but you're going to cover it all up with this anyways. And in order to get the light behind it, you're going to cut little strips of this vellum and put it in for the light. Does that make sense? And I just cut little strips and put them in there. Then all you're going to do is I take a piece of the ribbon and fold it what I want for the top. It is going to get glued between the 2 circles. And I'm not going to actually assemble it, so I'm just going to tell you guys, okay? So you're just going to glue that in there. Cut it and glue it. So you've got a heavier background, okay? Once you have that glued, then I just take dimensionals and I pop these up. And I wanted to show the trees kind of overlapping, and I layer them together, and then you're just going to position where you want it. Okay? Once you have the vellum behind the windows of this, I glue them flat together, and I line up the roof line so the bottom of this sticks down a little further, and it is going to just go right in front of the trees, and I dimensional with that. Okay, how simple is this so far, guys? Your stitch piece that you cut out, I have foam strips. I'm going to take a whole foam strip, and I'm going to go on the back side, and I'm just going to start somewhere, and I'm just going to run this around. Because it's double-sided, one side will stick, and then the other side will be on the top. I kind of keep it towards the middle a little bit so it doesn't stick out your outside edge. Try to stay kind of in the center. And you're going to get to the end, and it's going to be just a tiny little bit of overlap. And guess what? That just gets thrown away. Once you have that all done, you just pull this off, and it just goes right over the top. Okay, so when that's all together, and then all you're going to do is with a glue dot, adhere these two, and then create a bow and just put it on with the glue dot. That's it. Simple, easy peasy, but it looks really good. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. I'd like to know if you liked the video or not, if the instructions were helpful, and I'd love to see what you create. So until next time, see ya.